Hello and welcome to another episode of how to pass your theory test first time. So we have done a lot. Now we are on the last topic, which is vulnerable road users.
What should you do when you see an older person about to cross the road ahead? Expect them to wait for you to pass. Speed up to get past them quickly. Stop and wave them across the road. Be careful, they may misjudge your speed.
Okay, so we need to be careful. An older person, generally, it is accepted that older ones' reactions are slightly slower. So we may need to be very careful. So we need to be careful because they may misjudge our speed. So that's the correct answer.
Who knows two can crossings? Motorcyclists and cyclists. Motorcyclists and pedestrians. Only cyclists. Cyclists and pedestrians.
Okay, we came across this question before. Two can cross. Two can cross. That is my way of trying to remember it. So it's cyclists and pedestrians.
This junction, controlled by traffic lights, is a marked area between two stop lights. What's this for? To allow taxis to position in front of other traffic. To allow people with disabilities to cross the road. To allow cyclists and pedestrians to cross the road together. To allow cyclists to position in front of other traffic.
So to allow cyclists to position in front of traffic. You can see there's only bicycle sign there. So it's only that, not pedestrians, okay?
Which road users are most difficult to see when you're reversing your car? Motorcyclists, car drivers, cyclists, children.
Children, okay? Children are hard to see. I want to tell you a story. It's not a very nice one, but just to highlight why it's very important for us to have an all-round observation, particularly through the back glass when you're reversing, so that you can see everyone, especially children. Okay. A friend of mine who is driving instructor for many years, 20 plus years, told me a story about somebody who was reversing, just opened the front door, tried to park the car properly and opened the front door, went to the car to park, and unfortunately they hit their child. Thankfully, the child wasn't hurt, but they had to go to A&E. The person was not expecting the child to also go out of the door, but the point is quite clear. Before you move, reversing especially, or even driving in general, make sure that your surroundings, your immediate surroundings around the car, it's safe, it's secure. You have a mental force field, so to speak, around your car, just to make sure that you have checked everything and everything is clear. And when you're reversing, look behind the back glass to make sure that there's nothing or no one behind you. Hence the question, which road users are most difficult to see when you are reversing your car? It's children, because they are short, you can see them. So looking behind, physical, not through the interior mirror, no, physically turn to look into, turn that way to look into your back glass is the correct way to do it. All right, and it's the correct answer.
You're driving past a line of parked cars. What should you do if a ball bounces out into the road ahead? Continue driving at the same speed and sound your horn. Continue driving at the same speed and flash your headlights. Slow down and be prepared to stop for children. Stop and wave the children across to fetch their ball.
The correct answer is slow down and be prepared to stop for children. Once again, many years ago, I was training a student, and it was a built-up area with a wall fence, not a wooden fence, wall fenced. And as we're driving down the road, it was a 30-mile-per-hour road, and suddenly a football just went over the the wall. Okay, so we stopped on the left-hand side, and I told the student to wait and see what's going to happen. So we stopped on the appropriately, and when it was safe, convenient, and legal, we did that. And as we were waiting, who came out for the football? It was the son. And then following the son at a distance was the dad. Okay, now this is very important. Normally children are most likely to run across to get a football. Okay, they are the only ones who will be playing in the football. Well, they may be playing football with their mom or dad in the garden, and the football goes over. They are quick to go and pick it up. So as drivers, when you're going around or driving through residential areas and you see a football as in on the screen, yeah, be prepared to slow down and stop for children is the correct answer.
What should you do if you want to turn left at a junction where pedestrians have started to cross? Go around them, leaving plenty of room. Stop and wave at them to cross. Sound your horn and proceed. Give way to them.
Give way to them. Okay, that's the correct answer.
You're approaching this roundabout. What should you do when a cyclist is keeping to the left while signaling to turn right? Sound your horn. Overtake them. Assume they're turning left. Allow them space to turn.
Allow them space to turn. It's very, very important. Okay.
Which sign means that there may be people walking along the road.
Okay, so there may be people, plural. Okay, that's the clue. All right, this is pedestrian crossing. Okay, this one is also people, but person, but this is the correct sign. This is to warn you. Triangles are to warn you of danger ahead. Okay, so a triangle with people. When you are driving around, look out for these signs. They will show the triangle with people in there. Okay.
The road outside this school is marked with yellow zigzag lines. What do these lines mean? You may park on the lines when dropping off school children. You may park on the lines when picking up school children. You should not wait or park your vehicle here. You must stay with your vehicle if you park here.
No, you should not wait or park your vehicle here. That's the correct answer. There's a reason for it. Okay, there's a reason for it. The reason this is the correct answer. I'm going to show you the reason here, which is here. Parking here will block other road users. Sorry, let me read that again. Apologies. Parking here would block other road users' view of the school entrance and will endanger the lives of children on their way to and from school. Get that point? Parking here would block other road users' view of the school entrance and would endanger the lives of children on their way to and from school. Okay, that's the correct answer.
You want to turn right from a junction. What should you do if your view is restricted by parked vehicles? Move out quickly, but be prepared to stop. Sound your horn and pull out if there's no reply. Stop, then move forward slowly until you have a clear view. Stop, get out and look along the main road to check.
So you stop, then move forward slowly until you have a clear view. We call it creep and peep, okay? Creep and peep, creep and peep, creep and peep, creep and peep. That's how we call it, right?
Why should you check for motorcyclists just before turning right into a side road? They may be overtaking on your left. They may be following you closely. They may be emerging from the side road. They may be overtaking on your right.
So the question says, why should you check for motorcyclists just before turning right? Okay, just before you turn right into a side road. So the correct answer is they are most likely to be overtaking you on the right. You don't undertake people, all right? So they may be overtaking you on the right is the correct answer.
What's the purpose of these road markings? To make sure children can see and be seen when they're crossing the road. To allow teachers to have clear access to the school. To make sure delivery vehicles have easy access to the school. To allow parents to pick up or drop off children safely.
Okay, so one of the questions we just answered, just about 2 questions away, before this, they have the same reason, okay? To make sure children can see and be seen when they are crossing the road is the correct answer. To allow teachers to have a clear view, to make sure delivery driver to allow parents to pick up is wrong. The correct answer is the one we have chosen.
Which is the most vulnerable road user? Car driver, tractor driver, lorry driver, motorcyclist.
So car driver is reasonably safe, tractor is safe, lorry driver is safe. The motorcyclists, they are the most vulnerable road user in this particular question. There could be another question later, but instead of a lorry driver or a car or a tractor, it could be pedestrian. So in this instance, the pedestrian becomes the most vulnerable user. I hope that makes sense. So in this particular question here, the most vulnerable user is the motorcyclist. Okay. Another question could present another series of answers, and the most vulnerable road user will not be the cyclist and motorcyclist anymore. It's going to be the pedestrian if pedestrian was here. Okay. So the correct answer for now is motorcyclist.
What should you do when you're passing loose sheep on the road? Briefly sound your horn. Go very slowly. Pass quickly but quietly. Herd them to the side of the road.
Okay, you do not herd them to the side of the road. No, don't pass quickly and quietly. Okay, that's why it's pointless. Briefly sound your horn. No, go very, very slowly. It's the correct answer.
What action should you take when you see flashing amber lights under a school warning sign? Reduce speed until you're clear of the area. Keep up your speed and sound the horn. Increase your speed to clear the area quickly. Wait at the lights until they stop flashing.
Okay, so this light will only stop flashing outside school time, okay? So when you see this, okay, you have to reduce your speed until you clear the area. Now, if the speed limit on the road is 30, when you come to a school zone, it automatically reduces to 20. You may see that sign popping up all around the country. The school zone will be 20 miles per hour. Let's not talk about tests. When you're on your driving test, you're doing 30, here's a fail. But let's not even talk about tests. The idea is that we want to be drivers for the rest of our life, safe drivers for that matter. So you need to have a reduced speed until you clear the area. Can you imagine somebody driving recklessly around your children at school, or your friend or your sister? No, it's wrong. All right. So you need to have a reduced speed until you clear the area. All these other answers are not correct. Okay. Keeping up the speed is bad, it's dangerous. Do not do that. If that was your child or your sister or anything else, would you want somebody to be driving around in that speed around your children? Absolutely no. So don't do it to other people. Increase your speed to clear the area quickly and not even think of it. Wait until the light will not stop flashing until after the school hours. So after drop off hours, could be about until 9 o'clock. Depending on your school time. So some schools start at 8 o'clock, others start at 8:30. So they will continue to flash for however long they are set for. And pickup time as well happens, light will be flashing until pickup time is over. Sorry, I'm going on too much about this, but I just wanted you to answer that and to understand that particular question.
How should you overtake horse riders? Drive up close and overtake as soon as possible. Speed is not important, but allow plenty of room. Use your horn just once to warn them. Drive slowly and leave plenty of room.
Drive slowly and leave plenty of room. Once again, I don't want this video to be too long. My apologies. Read the comments at the bottom of the page. Pause the video, read the comment, and then proceed. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're traveling on a narrow section of road. What should you do if a horse rider ahead is riding in the center of the lane? Sound your horn to alert them to your presence. Stay behind and allow them to ride in this position. Move across to the right and try to ease past them. Get up close behind to encourage them to move aside.
Stay behind and allow them to ride in their position, okay?
What should you do when you see these close riders in front? Pull out to the middle of the road. Slow down and be ready to stop. Switch on your hazard warning lights. Give a right turn signal.
Similar question. Yeah, slow down, be ready to stop.
You're driving at night. What should you do if you're dazzled by a vehicle behind you? Set your mirror to the anti-dazzle position. Set your mirror to dazzle the other driver. Brake sharply to a stop. Switch your rear lights on and off.
Okay, so this is a very good question. Yeah, you set your mirror to anti-dazzle. Okay, that is the correct answer. When you're being dazzled, set your mirror to anti-dazzle. Most of these modern vehicles are reasonably set to do that automatically, but there are some cars. I remember I had a car before, the Skoda Octavia. I really love that car. You have to turn it on yourself. Okay, most cars now automatically do that for you as well. So that's the correct answer. Previously, we came across a similar question. The correct answer, when you were dazzled on the motorway and it's really affecting you, you need to go into a service area and get some rest before you start again. That was the correct answer then. But in this particular instance, the correct answer will be to set it to anti-dazzle.
What should you do when you're approaching this crossing? Prepare to slow down and stop. Stop and wave the pedestrians across. Speed up and pass by quickly. Continue and let the pedestrians step out.
All right, so you prepare to slow down and stop. Yeah, these are the answers. Never wave pedestrians to cross the road. It could be dangerous, it could be fatal, because other people may not know what you're doing and other cars may not see them, so it'd be dangerous. So never wave anyone. Just stop and let them cross.
What would you do if you see older people crossing the road ahead? Wave them across so they know that you've seen them. Be patient and allow them to cross in their own time. Rev in the engine to let them know that you're waiting. Tap the horn in case they're hard of hearing.
All right, we've already discussed a similar question. Yeah, be patient and allow them to cross in their own time. Never wave anyone to cross the road. Okay, I will repeat that. Never wave anyone to cross the road.
When would you see this sign? In the window of a car taking children to school. At the side of the road. At playground areas. On the rear of a school bus or coach.
Okay, so on the rear of school bus or coach. Whenever you're taking your children to school, in your car, you don't put this sign on the window, do you? But it's always on the school bus or a coach.
Why do motorcyclists wear bright clothing? They must do so by law. It helps keep them cool in summer. The colors are popular to make them more visible.
To make them more visible. High visibility clothing, high vis, okay?
What does this sign mean? Contra-flow cycle lane. With flow cycle lane. Bicycles and buses only. No bicycles or buses.
With flow cycle lane.
You've just passed your driving or riding test. How can you reduce your risk of being involved in a collision? By always staying close to the vehicle in front. By never going over 40 miles per hour. By staying in the left-hand lane on all roads. By taking further training.
So taking the further training is always advisable, okay? So staying close in the vehicle in front is dangerous. Never going off 40 miles per hour. There's no point. You can go up and down depending on the speed limit. So that's not correct. Staying in the left-hand lane, no, that's wrong. Yeah, take further training.
You're turning right from a main road into a side road. There's no oncoming traffic. What should you do if pedestrians are standing on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? turn in because the pedestrians are safe on the pavement. Wave at the pedestrians, inviting them to cross the road. Wait and give way to the pedestrians. Sound your horn to alert the pedestrians to your presence.
Okay, so these are some of the relatively newer questions that were introduced a few months or years ago. You're turning right from a main road into a side road. All right, so from a main road into a side road, there's no oncoming traffic. What should you do if pedestrians are standing on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? The correct answer: wait and give way to pedestrians. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Turn in because pedestrians are safe on the pavement may seem reasonable, okay, but no, it's not the correct answer. Okay, never wave anyone, so that's out. Sound your horn to alert. No, okay, these two are wrong, so the answer is between these two. But pedestrians, they were on the pavement waiting to cross. You might think they are safe already, but the correct answer in this instance is for you to wait and give the pedestrians way to cross.
You see a pedestrian carrying a white stick that also has a red band. What does this mean? They have limited mobility. They're deaf. They're blind. They're deaf and blind.
Okay, so deaf and blind.
How is a toucan crossing different from a puffin crossing? Moped riders can use it. It's controlled by a traffic warden. It's controlled by two flashing lights. Pedestrians and cyclists can use it together.
Right? So this is another way of asking the same question. All right. So toucan crossing different from puffin crossing. Yeah. Two can cross. Pedestrians and cyclists can use it together.
You're following two cyclists as they approach a roundabout in the left-hand lane. Where would you expect the cyclists to go? Left? Right? Any direction? Straight ahead?
Any direction, all right? We don't control what other people do. We can only control our action, so we don't know where they are going, period. Yeah, they may be on the left side of the road, they may be on the right. We don't know where they are going. The correct answer: any direction.
You're turning left from a main road into a side road. What should you do if there's a pedestrian on pavement waiting to cross the side road? Flash your lights to encourage the pedestrian to cross. Carry on turning into the side road. Sound your horn to let the pedestrian know you're there. Wait and give way to the pedestrian.
Okay, so similar question. You are turning left from a main road into a side road. What should you do if there is a pedestrian on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? Yeah, so wait and give way to the pedestrian.
You're following a cyclist. What should you do when you wish to turn left a short distance ahead? Overtake the cyclist before you reach the junction. Pull alongside the cyclist and stay level until after the junction. Hold back until the cyclist has passed the junction. Go around the cyclist on the junction.
All right, so you're following a cyclist. What should you do when you wish to turn left a short distance ahead? Wait until the cyclist has passed the junction. All right, so hold back until the cyclist has passed the junction is the correct answer. Let's think of the other answers. Overtake the cyclist before you reach the junction. That's dangerous, because by the time you overtake the cyclist and you want to turn, the cyclist will be running into you, or you'll be knocking the cyclist off the cycle. All right, the bicycle. Do not do that. Okay, it's bad driving. Don't do that. Pull alongside the cyclist and stay level until. Don't even do that. It's worse. Go around the cyclist out in the junction. Also worse. These three answers are wrong. Hold back until the cyclist has passed the junction and then you can turn. It is the safest way of driving. Would you want somebody to be driving around you, in front of you, putting you at risk? No. So don't do it to other people. I hope that's clear.
What does this sign mean? No cycling. Cycle route ahead. Bicycle parking only. End of cycle route.
Okay. Triangles are to warn you of danger, or they are, yes, warning signs. So it's showing you that something about bicycle is happening. So bicycle parking only, that's wrong. End of cycle lane, otherwise there'll be like a route there. All right. So cycle route ahead will be the correct answer.
Why should these road markings be kept clear? To allow children to be dropped off at school. To allow teachers to park. To allow children to be picked up after school. To allow children to see and be seen when they're crossing the road.
We've come across this question already, yeah?
What does this sign mean? No route for pedestrians and cyclists. A route for pedestrians only. A route for cyclists only. A route for pedestrians and cyclists.
Okay. So blue background, cycle, pedestrians. So a route for pedestrians and cyclists. Right?
At night, what does it mean if you see a pedestrian wearing reflective clothing and carrying a bright red light? You're approaching roadworks. You're approaching an organized walk. You're approaching a slow-moving vehicle. You're approaching a traffic danger spot.
You are approaching an organized walk, all right? The pedestrian is wearing a reflective clothing and carrying a bright red light. That is a clue. Okay.
Where would you see this sign? Near a school crossing. At a playground entrance. On a school bus. At a pedestrians only area.
Came across this question already, okay? On a school bus.
You're driving in a slow-moving queue of traffic. What should you do just before changing lane? Sound the horn and flash your lights. Look for motorcyclists filtering through the traffic. Give a slowing down arm signal. Change down to first gear.
So you are driving in a slow-moving queue of traffic. What should you do just before changing lanes? The correct answer, so pay attention when that happens again. There'll be motorcyclists weaving through traffic. Okay, is the correct answer. Sounding the horn and flashing your light, that's no point in that. Give a slow down arm signal. No. Change down to first gear. None of those answers make sense. Look for motorcyclists filtering through traffic. That's the correct answer.
You've driven up to a pelican crossing. What must you do while the amber light is flashing? Signal the pedestrian to cross. Always wait for the green light before proceeding. Give way to any pedestrians on the crossing. Wait for the red and amber light before proceeding.
Alright. Pelican crossing, what must you do when the amber light is flashing? Give way to pedestrians on the crossing is the correct answer. Wait for the green light before, no, that's wrong. Signal pedestrian to cross, do not signal or do not wave anyone. Wait for the red light, no. Alright, so the correct answer and is right.
What should you do when you're following a motorcyclist along a road that has a poor surface? Follow closely so they can see you in their mirrors. Overtake immediately to avoid delays. Allow extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes. Allow the same room as normal to avoid wasting road space.
Alright, extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes is the correct answer.
Where should you take particular care to look for motorcyclists and cyclists? On dual carriageways. At junctions. At zebra crossings. On one-way streets.
So where should you take particular care to look for motorcyclists and cyclists? Alright, dual carriageways, they're not allowed there. Motorcyclists are allowed in dual carriageways. No, bicycles, you're not supposed to be there. It's not good. You might see somebody there, but it doesn't mean it's right. Zebra crossings, no. On one-way street, they may be there, but at junctions, that's the correct answer. Yeah, that's a particular place you need to be careful.
You want to turn right from a main road into a side road. What should you do just before turning? Cancel your right turn signal. Select first gear. Check the traffic overtaken on your right. Stop and set the parking brake.
So you want to turn right from a main road into a side road. You should always check for traffic lights overtaking you on the right before. That's why you check your interior mirror, your right wing mirror before you signal, and then keep checking. Yeah. Checking once is not enough. Check as many as you need to allow you to move safely into the new road. That's the best way I'll put it. Some people check once. No, check as many times as necessary for you to be able to do that safely. Right? So the correct answer will be to check for overtaking traffic. Okay.
Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? They may want to turn into the side road. They may slow down to let you turn. They're harder to see. They might not see you turn.
Alright, so we question already. So why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? They may want to turn to the side. That's not correct. They may slow down to let you turn. That's not correct. They might not see you turn. They will see you. Alright, they are harder to see. Okay, because they are motorcycles and bicycles, they are harder to see.
What does it mean when a moving vehicle is showing a flashing amber beacon? The vehicle is slow moving. The vehicle has broken down. The vehicle is a doctor's car. The vehicle belongs to a school crossing patrol.
What does it mean when a moving vehicle is showing a flashing amber beacon? Okay, so normally the vehicle is slow moving. What's the correct answer? All right, the vehicle is broken down. No, it's broken down. It's hazard light. The vehicle, doctor's car is green. The vehicle belongs to a school patrol crossing. No, right. So the correct answer is the one we've selected.
You're about to overtake a cyclist. Why should you leave them as much room as you would give to a car? The cyclist might speed up. The cyclist might get off their bicycle. The cyclist might be unsettled if you pass too near them. The cyclist might have to make a left turn.
You're about to overtake a cyclist. Why should you leave them as much room as you would a car? The cyclist might be unsettled if you pass too near them. Is the correct answer. The cyclist might speed up. No. The cyclist might get off the bicycle. No. All right. The cyclist might have to make the correct answer is the one we have chosen.
What should you do when you're following a learner driver who stalls at a junction? Be patient, as you expect them to make mistakes. Stay very close behind and flash your headlights. Start to rev your engine if they take too long to restart. Immediately steer around them and drive on.
Alright, be patient and expect them to make mistakes is the correct answer. A learner driver is already nervous. They're trying to think of many things to do and they may stall. That's normal, right? So it's important for us to be patient. We were once drivers, learner drivers. We were once in their shoes. The fact that we can drive today does not mean we should look down upon those people who are now learning or have made a mistake or have stalled. Okay, you once did the same thing when you were learning. No one is born a driver. We all had to learn at one point. So we need to be patient and expect and allow these individuals to make the mistakes they are making, but they will soon learn and become good drivers just as you are.
You're approaching a roundabout. What should you do if a cyclist ahead is signaling to turn right? Overtake on the right. Give a warning with your horn. Signal the cyclist to move across. Give the cyclist plenty of room.
Give the cyclist plenty of room, alright?
You're about to reverse into a side road. What should you do if a pedestrian is waiting to cross behind your car? Wave to the pedestrian to stop. Give way to the pedestrian. Sound your horn to warn the pedestrian. Reverse before the pedestrian starts to cross.
Alright, wave, do not do that. Sound your horn to warn the pedestrian. No. Reverse before the pedestrian. Dangerous, alright? Give way to the pedestrian.
You're driving past parked cars. What should you do if you see a bicycle wheel sticking out between the cars? Accelerate past quickly and sound your horn. Slow down and wave the cyclist across. Brake sharply and flash your headlights. Slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist.
This is quite similar to a football running across the road. Yeah, similar answer. Slow down, be prepared to stop.
How should you react to inexperienced drivers? Sound your horn to warn them of your presence. Be patient and prepare for them to react more slowly. Flash your headlights to indicate that it's safe for them to proceed. Overtake them as soon as possible.
Right, so be patient, prepare for them to react more slowly. I've just explained, all right? We were once learner drivers. People were patient with us. We have an impatient society, but we need to be gentle, allow them to make mistakes, and then they will become just like us, good drivers. So never be impatient with other road users or learners. Be patient with everyone.
What hazard should you be especially aware of if you're turning left into a side road? One-way street, pedestrians, traffic congestion, parked vehicles.
So what hazard should you be especially aware of if you are turning left into a side road? One-way street, traffic congestion, these two are wrong, all right? It's between pedestrians and parked vehicles. It is true, there could be parked vehicles, but once again, who is the most vulnerable user, a road user in this instance? Would be the pedestrian, okay? So for me, the correct answer would be pedestrians, unless Anna is correct.
What should you do if the left-hand pavement is closed due to street repairs? Watch out for pedestrians walking in the road. Use your right-hand mirror more often. Speed up to get past the roadworks more quickly. Position close to the left-hand curb.
So what should you do? So the left-hand pavement is closed. So what do you expect? People will have to walk to where they are walking under. So they will be on the road to go around the section that is closed. The correct answer, watch out for the pedestrians walking in the road.
You're at the front of a queue of traffic waiting to turn right into a side road. Why is it important to check your right mirror just before turning? To look for pedestrians about to cross. To check for overtaking vehicles. To make sure the side road is clear. To check for emerging traffic.
Right, so you're in front of a queue, you're going to turn right into a road. Okay, going to turn right into a road. Why is it important for you to check your right mirror before? So pedestrians, so no pedestrian will be on the road walking alongside the car, all right? To make sure the side road is clear. That's not the most important reason. To check for emerging traffic, no. Check for cars overtaking you or vehicles overtaking you.
You're on the country road. What should you expect to see coming towards you on your side of the road? Motorcycles, bicycles, pedestrians, horse riders.
Yeah, on country road. Yeah, what would you expect? Pedestrians coming towards you on the side of the road. Once again, they are the most vulnerable road user in this particular instance. Yeah, so that's the correct answer.
You're about to overtake a cyclist on a road that has a 30 miles per hour speed limit. How much room should you leave them as you overtake? At least as much room as you would if you were overtaking a car. At least a car's width. At least a car's length. At least 2 car widths.
Same space as if you're overtaking a car.
What does it mean if you see a pedestrian with a dog that has a yellow or burgundy coat? The pedestrian is an older person. The pedestrian is a dog trainer. The pedestrian is colorblind. The pedestrian is deaf.
So it's the colorblind? No. Somebody's colorblind, all right? Colorblind does not mean they will have a dog on the burgundy or yellow. So the pedestrian is deaf.
You see a horse rider as you approach a roundabout. What should you do if they're signaling right but keeping well to the left? Proceed as normal. Keep close to them. Cut in front of them. Stay well back.
Stay well back.
Why do motorcyclists often look round over their right shoulder just before turning right? To listen for traffic behind them. Motorcycles do not have mirrors. It helps them balance as they turn. To check for traffic in their blind area.
To check for traffic in their blind area.
A horse rider is in the left-hand lane approaching a roundabout. Where should you expect the rider to go? In any direction. To the right. To the left. Straight ahead.
Any direction, similar to the bicycles we talked about earlier.
You want to reverse into a side road. What should you do if you are not sure that the area behind your car is clear? Look through the rear window only. Get out and check. Check the mirrors only. Carry on, assuming it's clear.
So you're reversing into a side road. What should you do if you're not sure behind you is clear? Okay, looking into the rear window only, it's reasonable, but it's not the correct answer. Okay, you have to get out and check is the correct answer.
You're traveling behind a moped. What should you do if you want to turn left a short distance ahead? Overtake the moped before the junction. Pull alongside the moped and stay level until just before the junction. Sound your horn as a warning and pull in front of the moped. Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction.
Similar to the bicycle question we answered, a few questions ago, right? Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction.
How will a school crossing patrol signal you to stop? By pointing to children waiting to cross. By displaying a red light. By displaying a stop sign. By giving you an arm signal.
So the lollipop lady or the lollipop man would display a stop sign, all right?
You're approaching a roundabout. What should you do if there are horses being ridden in front of you? Sound your horn as a warning. Treat them like any other vehicle. Give them plenty of room. Accelerate past as quickly as possible.
Give them plenty of room. Don't drive closer because it will spook the horses and they may throw off their riders, and that's dangerous. Okay? Or when they take off, it's dangerous. Right? Give them plenty of room.
Which vehicles should you allow extra room as you overtake them? Lorry, tractor, bicycle, road sweeper.
Bicycle.
Why should you allow extra room while overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? The rider may turn off suddenly to get out of the wind. The rider may be blown in front of you. The rider may stop suddenly. The rider may be traveling faster than normal.
The rider may be blown in front of you. We came across this question several times in our series.
You're waiting to come out of a side road. Why should you look carefully for motorcycles? Motorcycles are usually faster than cars. Police patrols often use motorcycles. Motorcycles can easily be hidden behind obstructions. Motorcycles have right of way.
Alright, so motorcycles can easily be hidden behind obstructions. Alright, so we're waiting to come out of a side road. Why should you look carefully? Right? Look carefully for motorcycles because they can easily be hidden by obstructions. All the other answers are wrong.
As you approach a pelican crossing, the lights change to green. What should you do if older people are still crossing? Wave them to cross as quickly as they can. Reverend your engine to make them hurry. Flash your lights in case they've not noticed you. Wait patiently while they cross.
Okay, so it's green, it doesn't matter. Pedestrians are crossing the road. You have to wait for them patiently until they finish crossing. Okay? Never wave, never flash, never rev the engine.
You've stopped at a pelican crossing. What should you do if a disabled person is crossing slowly in front of you and the lights change to green? Wait for them to finish crossing. Drive in front of them. Edge forward slowly. Sound your horn.
Be patient, be reasonable, be kind. Yeah, especially to somebody who is disabled. If you were disabled, would you want people to be kind, treat you with respect? Absolutely. All right, so wait patiently for them to finish crossing.
Why do motorcyclists use dipped headlights in daylight? So that the rider can be seen more easily. To stop the battery overcharging. To improve the rider's vision. The rider is inviting you to proceed.
Oh, so that they can be seen easily.
You're driving in town. Why should you be careful if there's a bus at a bus stop on the other side of the road? The bus might have broken down. Pedestrians might come from behind the bus. The bus might move off suddenly. The bus might remain stationary.
So once again, when you think of the question, the answer becomes obvious. Okay, pedestrians might come from behind the bus.
Powered vehicles used by disabled people are small and can be hard to see. What must they display if they're traveling on a dual carriageway? Flashing red beacon. Flashing green beacon. Flashing blue beacon. Flashing amber beacon.
Flashing amber beacon. Alright.
You're driving towards a zebra crossing. What should you do if a person in a wheelchair is waiting to cross? Continue on your way. Wave to the person to cross. Wave to the person to wait. Be prepared to stop.
Be prepared to stop. Alright, okay, so we got it correct now. So 71 out of 71, 100% correct. This is just a key, okay? So yeah, we did everything correct. That's wonderful, very good. So now that we've gone through all the question bank, now we're in the position to do our mock test. Yeah, that way it's easier for you to pass your mock test with higher accuracy. You may have forgotten a couple of the questions, but your accuracy will be higher than someone who has never gone through the question bank. So this is how you prepare for your theory test. So we're back to all topics. Okay, so 758 questions, over 758 questions answered correctly. All right, okay, so now they're all agreeing 26 out of 26, 38 out of 38, and 7, yeah, all of them. All right, okay, so we've answered all of them correctly. So now it's easier now for us to just go into mock test and then do a mock test. You are more likely to score higher marks on your mock test because you've gone through all the question bank and the topics, and the answers are a lot more easier for you to go for. It is true that you may forget one or two, but you are going to score a consistently higher points, higher marks than when you don't go to the theory questions first, or the question banks first. Okay, so well done. Thank you so much for spending the time with me in going through these questions, and now you are ready to go to the mock test. Okay, and I'm going to do one or two mock tests with you, and then I'm going to do another series. So look forward to this in the future. I hope you find this video informative. Please subscribe. It is free to subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. We're on the way to helping 100 people pass their theory and their practical driving test. And please support us, and then we will let you know how we have done. And thank you so much for spending some time here with us. I've left some links to some of these theory questions and other resources in the description below this video. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you find this helpful and prepare you for your theory test. Smash it the first time. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.